Trust that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 6 English lesson on sentence types. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts. Grade 6. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of sentence types. All right. So we are doing the grade 6 lesson, and we said we are doing our subject on sentence types. So our chapter is sentence types. Our subject is English language arts. Grade 6. All right. So we are going to find out about the four kinds of sentences. So our lesson is going to be where we say, is a sentence declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory, right? And like I said, we're going to find out about the four different kinds of sentences, how we can use it. All right. So when it comes to sentence types, right, there are four kinds of sentences. So there are four kinds of sentences. We have a declarative sentence, which is a statement. And a declarative sentence, right, which is a statement, it always ends with a period. So it's basically a declarative sentence is like you randomly just telling someone something, it's just talking, right? So a declarative sentence is a statement and it always ends with a period. And an example is the nurse told Mr. Abrams to roll up his sleeves so that she could check his blood pressure. All right. Then we have an interrogative sentence, right? An interrogative sentence, if you think of the word interrogate, an interrogative sentence, it is a question that is being asked, and the question, it always ends with a question mark. All right. So an interrogative sentence, it's like basically asking questions. So it's like asking in and out. It's questions that is being asked. And an example is, do you have any plans for the upcoming weekend? And then you give your response in whichever context it is. Then we have an imperative sentence. An imperative sentence. An imperative sentence, it is a command. Not necessarily like you're not really being in command, but it's basically just like a command and it makes a request. Or it tells someone to do something. So with an imperative sentence, right? It sounds like it's a command, but if somebody tells you to do something, right, or they request of you, then we call that an imperative sentence because somebody is telling you they're requesting. They are letting you know that this is what I want with two sugars and whatever that you say you want. So if you maybe want coffee, then you say, make me coffee, or please make me coffee with two sugars, and so on. That doesn't mean it is a command. It is basically just you asking someone to do something for you. And this is also how you want it. So it is a command or a request or tell someone to do something. So it's like you telling someone to do something. All right. And if the command shows strong feelings, right? So our imperative sentence, it ends with a period. But if our command, right, from the imperative, but not imperative, if a command shows strong feelings, it will end in tears. And an example is, don't drive so fast, don't drive so quickly in the construction zone. All right. Then we have lastly one of the fourth, not one of the fourth, but one of our, let's say one of our four kinds of sentences. And one of our four kinds of sentences is the exclamatory sentence. It's an exclamatory sentence. So when it comes to an exclamatory sentence, right? An exclamatory sentence, it is like a statement. And when we say it's like a statement, then it is like just you saying something. It's like you just randomly saying something. All right. And when it comes to the exclamatory sentences, right? Exclamatory sentences are like statements, but it shows either surprise or it shows strong feelings. And when we show surprise or we show strong feelings, that is when, for example, that is how the exclamation mark is being shown, right? And that is why we say an exclamation or an exclamatory sentence always ends with an exclamation point. All right. And if we look at an example, it says, I can't wait to travel through Europe this summer, which means that this person is excited, right? Because this person is going to be state hopping or club hopping, country hopping, right? Going from different state or country to the next, which is going to be good. So this person expresses the excitement. That is a strong feeling. It's the excitement or the happiness that is strong. All right. So now when it comes to our four types of sentences or our four kinds of sentences, right? Remember, these are the four kinds of sentences that we basically use within our writing styles, right? Whether you know that you're doing it, whether you're aware or even unaware. right? So usually if you are just telling someone something, then it means that you are actually writing a declarative sentence. So if I say that I am teaching A plus students, right? Then somebody will just say, okay, right? Because you don't know what the response should be. It's like, should I respond? Should I not respond? Because of the type of sentence or whatever the person had said. So declarative sentence, it's like you just making a statement, right? It's like randomly just saying something. That is what declarative sentence is. Then we have interrogative sentence. If I think of interrogation, I think of interrogating, when they keep you in a holding cell and they're interrogating and drilling you, you know. So this is just an interrogate. The word is just given interrogative sentence, right? And this is where questions is being asked. So questions is being asked. So interrogative sentence is a question and it ends with a question mark. Then imperative sentence, it's a command. It's basically you just like basically requesting or telling someone to do something. And it ends with a period unless the command is quite strong. And then it ends with an exclamation point. And then we have lately our exclamatory sentence, which is similar to declarative sentence where you just make like or give somebody or tell someone a random statement. However, with an exclamatory sentence, you show more surprise or show more feelings, right? And that is why it ends with an exclamation mark or exclamation point, right? So now we're going to aplusstudents.ca where we are going to continue with our sentence types, do a few activities, and then go to our test. So we are going to ease the sentence declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory. All right. So now we're going to look at an activity, right? And then after the activity, we're going to our test. It says, what kind of sentence is this? So, what kind of sentence is this? It says, what type of training and experience do you need to become a referee? We need to say what kind of sentence is it. All right. So, which means that this sentence, what kind of sentence is this that says, what type of training and experience do you need to become a referee? That is an interrogative sentence, right? And the reason why that is an interrogative sentence, and the reason why it's an interrogative sentence, it's because it is a question. They are asking a question, right? And the question, that sentence, it always ends with a question mark. So a question is being asked, and when a question is being asked, then we call that an interrogative sentence. All right, so we said that is an interrogative sentence. The question ends with a question mark. All right, so interrogative, we ask a question. All right, so the next one. The next one says caribou eats plants and grass in the summer and mushrooms and lichen in the winter. Caribou. Sorry. So caribou eats plants. So a caribou is like reindeers, right? So it's like another word for like a reindeer. So we'll say that a caribou eats plants, grass in the summer, and mushrooms and lichen in the winter. All right. So here it says caribou eats. So if we look at that sentence, right, where we say caribou eat plants and grass in the summer and mushrooms and lichen in the winter, what kind of sentence is that? Is that a declarative sentence, an interrogative sentence, an imperative, or an exclamatory sentence? All right, and if we were to say what kind of sentence this is, then we can say this is a declarative sentence. And the reason why I feel it's a declarative sentence, because it is a statement that is being made. So a statement is being made, which ends with a period, but also because it's basically just telling someone something, right? It's just telling us that the caribou eats plants and grass in the summer and mushrooms and lichen in the winter. All right, let's do the last activity and then we go to our test. It says, what kind of sentence is this? Whose responsibility is it to wake the mayor when there is an emergency? We need to say if that's a declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative, or exclamatory sentence. What kind of sentence is this? All right. So if we look at that sentence, right, then we can say this is an interrogative sentence. And the reason why we say it's an interrogative sentence, it's because a question is being asked. Yes, well done. An interrogative sentence is correct. Well done. So this is interrogative sentence because a question is being asked. And remember we said that when a question is being asked, all right. So now we're going on to our test, right? Because we went over all four of our types of sentences. We went over declarative sentence, which is a statement and it ends with a period. A interrogative sentence, which is a question being asked and it ends with a period. All right. So we have our different kinds of sentences. And now let's go to our test. We are now going to say whether it is a declarative sentence, an interrogative sentence, a imperative sentence, or if it's an exclamatory sentence. All right, so now we need to say what kind of sentence it is. It says, I can't believe this is Leah's first time seeing the Pacific Ocean. Is this an interrogative sentence, declarative, or exclamatory sentence? All right, so if we look at the kind of sentence, right, it says, I can't believe this is Leah's first time seeing the Pacific Ocean. All right, so if we were to choose the correct option, yes, we will choose option three, which is an exclamatory, which means that she's, or whoever that is saying that is quite excited. They're showing strong feelings, right? Which local reservoirs supply our town with its fresh water? So, which local reservoirs supply our town with its fresh water? Is it imperative sentence, declarative sentence, or an interrogative sentence? There is a question mark. So we need to say what kind of sentence it is. So there's a question mark. So if there's a question mark, do we say it is an imperative sentence, declarative sentence, or an interrogative sentence? There's a question mark. All right. And if we were to choose the correct sentence type, and then we'd say this is an interrogative sentence. Because remember, they're asking a question, right? So they're asking you a question. So it's interrogating you. So well done. It's in option three. It's in option three. The next one says celery, onions, and carrots are often used in sauces and soups in French cooking. So celery, onions, and carrots are often used in sauces and soups in French cooking. All right, so you need to say what kind of sentence this is. It says celery, onions, and carrots are often used in sauces and soup in French cooking. We need to say what kind of sentence this is. Is it an exclamatory sentence, interrogative sentence, or is it a declarative sentence? And if we were to write or to choose our correct sentence, we would go with option three because they're basically just telling you something. So it is a declarative sentence. All right, the next one says, what kind of sentence is in this? What kind of sentence is this? Tell us as soon as the contest results are posted. So tell us as soon as the contest results are posted. Is this an exclamatory sentence, interrogative, or an imperative sentence? Tell us as soon as the contest results are posted. So, which option is correct? The answer. So, what kind of sentence is it? It says, tell us as soon as the contest results are posted. And we can say this is an imperative because it's like somebody is telling you to tell me. All right, imperative is correct. How many articles did Jared write before his publisher offered him a book contract? So, how many articles did Jared write before his publisher offered him a book contract? Is this a declarative sentence, an interrogative sentence, or an imperative sentence? How many articles did Jared write before his publisher offered him a book contract? And if we are going to choose the correct answer, then yes, we will choose option two, which is an interrogative sentence. right? Because it ends with a question mark. So it's a question that is being asked. All right, let's do the last one. This one says, do you know Kevin from soccer camp, or do you have another connection with him? So, do you know Kevin from soccer camp, or do you have another connection with him? Is this an interrogative sentence, declarative sentence, or an exclamatory sentence? What kind of sentence is this? So, is it interrogative, declarative, or exclamatory sentence? And if we choose the correct option, then yes, we will choose option one, because if it ends with a question mark, then yes, it is an interrogative sentence. So well done, well done. Right? So we did our sentence types, right? And we said there are four kinds of sentences. The four kinds of sentences is a declarative sentence, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentence. A declarative sentence, it basically just tells you something. It's like making a statement, and it ends with a period. Our interrogative sentence, right? It's like asking a question, right? And it ends with a question mark. An imperative sentence, it's like making a command, right? Or it's like telling you to do something, and it ends with a period, unless you're showing strong feelings or strong emotions, and then it ends with an exclamation point. And then an exclamatory sentence is a statement that shows strong feelings, and it ends with an exclamation point. So that is our lessons for today on sentence types. This is the end of our lesson, grade 6. Thank you very much for joining the class, and thank you very much for interacting. And I really hope that you're going to have a good evening further. So till next time, goodbye. All right. Goodbye, guys.